Hello everyone, this is Professor Raghavendra Adhyapak, KLS Kokte College of Commerce, Belagavi. So in today's class, we are going to start with the next concept called mutual funds. Okay, so mutual funds are financial intermediaries which collects the funds from the public and invest them in a diversified portfolio of securities, including equity, bonds, debentures, and other instruments issued by the business, corporate, or government. Okay, so mutual funds का meaning क्या है? Mutual funds are basically financial intermediaries. Okay, so who act as a intermediate between the corporate and the investors. Okay, so these mutual funds, what will do? They collect the funds from the small investors. Okay, so on behalf of the investors, they invest in the government securities and corporate securities. Okay, so that institutions or such financial intermediaries are known as mutual funds. Okay, so below that we can see a small chart. You can see that how the mutual fund works. Okay, small investor savings. Okay, so they take the investments from the small investors. Okay, pooled by mutual fund, then invest in markets. In return, mutual funds earn the income, part of it given to the investors. Okay, so when the mutual funds collect the amount or investment amount from the small investor, they invest in the different diversified portfolios, and whatever return they earn out of that, they will take their part of commission. Okay, so remaining they will give it to the investors as a return. Okay, so this is how mutual fund works. Next is functions of mutual funds. So now we will see one by one what are the different functions performed by the mutual funds. First one is channelizing the savings for investment. Second one offers the wide portfolio. Third one is rendering the expertise investment service. मतलब क्या है? They provide the expertise service investment. Means कहाँ पे invest करना है, कहाँ पे नहीं करना है. So where to invest, how to invest. These all things expertised suggestions they will give to the investors. Okay, providing the research service. Okay, mutual funds do the different researches and they collect the information from the market, and then they suggest to the investors regarding the investments. Provides greater affordability and liquidity. Liquidity means easily we can sell those mutual fund securities and get the money. Okay, liquidity conversion कर सकते हैं easily. Next is record keeping. They keep the all the records of the transactions and promotes industrial development. So mutual funds basically what they will do, they collect small amounts from the different small investors, and collectively they provide it to the industries for its development. Correct. So indirectly mutual fund helps the industrial development. Next is types of risk involved in the mutual funds. Okay, so first one is market risk. The risk associated with the market condition is known as a market risk regarding demand, supply, and etc. things. Okay, second one is scheme risk. The risk associated with a particular scheme is known as scheme risk. Okay, for example, there are many different scheme: open-ended scheme, close-ended scheme, interval scheme, gilt edge funds. So like that, many different types of schemes are there, right? Tax saving schemes are there. So risk associated with that particular schemes is known as scheme risk. Next is investment risk. The risk associated with the investment company, which is handled by AMC, that is known as investment risk. Next is business risk. So business risk is a risk which is associated with a business or individual business, corporates or firms. For example, we are investing in one company, ABC company. Okay, so if ABC company is not performing its business properly and they started earning the losses, then it is a risk. Correct. So the any risk which is associated with a business or particular or individual firm is known as business risk. Next is political risk. So the risk associated with a political environment, like change in the rules regulation, change in the parties in the central or state. So these all comes under the political risk. Okay, next is types of mutual funds. Okay, So basically, the types of mutual fund will be classified in the main five heads. First, on the basis of operation. Second one, on the basis of returns on unit. Third, on the basis of portfolio. Fourth, on the basis of geographical area. And last one is others. So first one is operations. So on the basis of operation, closed-ended fund, open-ended fund, and interval fund. So on the basis of returns on investment, income fund schemes, and pure growth funds. Next, on the basis of portfolio, equity bond fund schemes, balanced fund schemes. Next, on the basis of geographical area, domestic funds and offshore funds. Next, on others, sectoral funds, gilt edge funds, tax saving funds, loan and non-loan funds, retirement pension plans, property fund, fund of fund. Okay, so these are the different types or classification which we study under the mutual funds. Okay, so remaining part we will see in the next class.